I've been having dreams about falling in love. It feels so real, but nobody is here when I wake up. Do you know my name?
Wherever you listen throughout the world, it's football time in Tennessee.
The devil's in the detail. I'm a natural born killer.
Here's Tua, stepping back, loads up, looks long, throws, end zone, touchdown! Alabama! Devontae Smith, touchdown, Alabama!
A natural born. Take this hopeless, broke soul off this remote control.
Going to be fielded by Lorenzo Neal at the 25. Pitches it back to Wycheck. He throws it across the field to Dyson.
He's got something. He's got something.
50.
He's got it. He's got it.
20. 10.
He's got it.
End zone. Touchdown. There are no flags on the field. It's a miracle.
This is the Front Porch Sports Radio Hour with your host, Drake Colley.
Good afternoon and welcome into the Front Porch Sports Radio Hour. I am Landon Seacrest here for day 3, filling in for our original host, Drake Colley. But I've got another Drake in studio with me today. Drake Pugh, welcome.
Woo! Glad to be here, Landon. Day 3 of the Landon and Drake show, as we've kind of called it. It's we got to get Lou to change it with your hosts Landon Seacrest and Drake Pugh for now. But we've had a ball, folks. This has been fun.
Yeah, we hope all of our listeners on 101.7 and those that tune in live on Facebook when we record it a little bit before it airs, we hope that you enjoy us talking. It's a little different, obviously. Neither of us are Drake Colley, and you can see that. But we said at the beginning of this week that we were going to let our listeners learn a little bit more about us each day and the opening segment as we talk about professional sports, college sports. We're going to talk about local sports, of course. That's a large part of what myself and Drake do. Mm-hmm. But today we're going to start off this segment by teaching you a little bit more about us. So today, Drake, we're going to let the folks know our favorite sports teams and our favorite sports. So right. I'll let you take the floor first.
Well, folks, as I've mentioned before, my main interest has always been music and stuff like that. I grew up in a sports family, but was not a big sports kid growing up. But I would say my favorite sport is probably basketball. Softball has become a new favorite for me recently. My grandfather played softball back in the day. He played men's softball. But I really enjoy watching women's softball, especially high school girls softball. Just seeing the talent that we have in Murray County, I've really enjoyed watching the Columbia Central Lady Lions. But growing up, I was a huge fan of the Independence Eagles basketball team. I had two family friends on that team, Patrick and Grayson Murphy, and Grayson went on to play. Yeah. In the big time stuff, and he still is.
And Grayson, just a little context, folks, Grayson Murphy was at Belmont with me. Yep. I know Grayson. I remember how great of a player he was for Independence. Now, folks here that may listen that are from the Thompson Station area, you might know that Independence is really good. The Jet Montgomerys, the Tylen Lewis players as of recently. But Grayson Murphy's kind of the guy who started the swag for basketball. Yep. So, Drake, back to you.
Yeah, so I always enjoyed that. I always enjoyed going to Page High's football games in high school. You know, not as much our basketball games. We were pretty bad when I was in high school. We had a nickname for our team back then, at least me and my friends did. We called ourselves the Page High Fowlers because that's all we did.
I remember you guys, at least when I was playing against Page, you guys had a 6'10" guy. I think his name was Jaime
Hernandez.
Yeah.
I was in ROTC with Jaime, great guy.
Dude was huge.
Oh my gosh, yeah, he was. But he was, so quiet, soft-spoken, very kind-hearted young man. He was wonderful, wonderful guy. I hope he's doing well these days. I haven't heard from him in a few years. But of course, I grew up in a Tennessee Vols family, and as I've gotten older, I've enjoyed watching the Vols more, even though it is a bit of a headache sometimes to watch the Vols. The Titans, I don't even give any attention to. So
you have to, though, Drake.
I don't know. It's just if things get if the draft, everything after the draft is if that all is going to go well, everything plays out fine, I'll give it a watch. But I did go to a Titans game for the first time in years, about 2 years ago, and they did win. I can't remember who they played, but they did win.
They did win.
They that was all right. They had some acrobats during halftime out doing some kind of halftime show.
That shows you how bad the product is on the field. If you remember the halftime show before the game,
exactly.
Just want to throw that out
it
there,
was
folks.
not a memorable game. The most memorable football game I remember, of course, with Tennessee Vols football was when they beat Alabama for the first time in almost 15 years, about 4 years ago. That was incredible. I remember that night very well, and I remember my dad couldn't talk for about 2 weeks after that because he had screamed. He went to the game, and he screamed his head off at the game.
Yeah.
So that was the most memorable sports game in my lifetime, was that one. I mean, yeah, I've been wanting to go back to Neyland so bad, to go to a home UT game. I've been wanting to do that for the last couple of years, and every time the opportunity arises, I have something else come up. It just doesn't work out. Like, my entire family went without me. 2 years ago, and I was just like, I was like, I hate y'all. I had to work, so I couldn't go. But I've been wanting to go back to Neyland because I really would like to go to some Tennessee home games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is really cool. That's great insight. As I get into my spiel, you all will see that myself and Drake have contrasting sports views because I don't like any of the teams that Drake likes. I don't like any of the teams that a lot of people here at the station like, and I'll get into that right now.
Okay, I've got one more to mention after you come back. I've got one more sport that I completely forgot to mention.
So, as I mentioned earlier in the week, I grew up, liking sports. Me and my friends always talked about sports, but I wasn't really an athlete until kind of middle school. Like, I was scrawny, little, but I've always been fascinated watching SportsCenter and all that. So, I kind of form my own opinions on sports, and I pick my own teams. Whether you guys want to call me a bandwagon or not, I'll let you guys decide that. But I got to start off my sports fandom with the Pittsburgh Steelers. My dad was a Steelers fan. Obviously, that was one of the best teams in the 70s, 80s, football-wise, and every time I grew up watching sports, oftentimes it was a Pittsburgh Steelers game on the TV. So it was just kind of by default. They were in the Super Bowl when I was little. I was born in 2003, so they were in the 2000s, a really good team. I remember the Santonio Holmes catch in the corner of the end zone. I remember us losing to Aaron Rodgers in the Super Bowl, Ben Roethlisberger, the Killer Bees, all of that. So Pittsburgh Steelers is definitely my number one sports team. I have plenty of Steelers gear. Me and my dad have custom Steelers gear that has our last names on it. He has Steelers shoes. We have a Steelers car tag, all of that type of stuff. So Steelers is number one. As I mentioned yesterday, the Oklahoma City Thunder is my favorite basketball team. I grew up, Kevin Durant was my favorite player. Obviously, he doesn't play for the OKC Thunder anymore, but I had his shoes in middle school, and I was the guy at Spring Hill Middle School because I had some KDs. They were flashy, and I had some KD socks. I used to wear my basketball shoes to school. As I was coming into my own, I was that guy who wore crazy socks, and I still have those socks to this day. But I was that guy. Kevin Durant was my guy, Russell Westbrook. And I love the Thunder. I cried when he left the Thunder July 4th, 2016. I was in Jacksonville, Florida, around the time that the Thunder, who were at the time up 3-1 on the 73-9 Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. Then a couple weeks later, after the Thunder, of course, lose, Kevin Durant joins those Golden State Warriors. So I was mad at him for a couple years. But aside from that, I still love KD. I got the posters on my wall at home. So Oklahoma City is my number two. And then thirdly, the only other team that I'm really, truly, I can call myself a fan of is the Duke Blue Devils basketball. I love Coach K. I grew up, my favorite player was Steph Curry's brother, who is Steph Curry, who was on a team in the, I think, 2011, 2012-ish season at Duke. I just love that guy. And obviously Kyrie Irving was around that time, Austin Rivers. So I was like, I'm going to stick with Duke, and I've always followed the team. I had a Duke-themed 13th birthday party at Jonathan's in Spring Hill. So I'm serious about it. I love Duke. And then as I close here, I follow a lot of different sports. Obviously, you guys know I follow soccer. I love tennis. Those two sports, really, there's not teams you can follow. Like, there's so many teams in soccer. I like Nashville SC, but it's so many teams in Europe that I would consider myself I like. And then tennis, it's obviously an individual sport. And we're going to talk about favorite athletes tomorrow on the show, so we can talk about that a little bit more as well. But I love watching sports overall. Now, I will share my funny story. I do not like any Tennessee sports teams, even though I'm born and raised here in Tennessee. I've never liked the Tennessee Vols. I'll watch the game if they're playing, but I'm not a fan of Tennessee. I didn't grow up wanting to go to the University of Tennessee or anything like that.
I hope Lou and P Money aren't listening.
Well, I mean, it's just the truth. I do not like the Titans. I will say I do have a little bit of liking to the Nashville Predators, even though I don't really
That's who I want to talk about in a
follow
moment.
hockey. And then, of course, Nashville SC is the only team I would say I am a fan of, but people really don't put respect on Nashville SC's name. But I like Louisville. We've mentioned that on the show before. I've mentioned that I have family up there. And my funny story is my family lives in Louisville, Kentucky. Now, everybody knows about the Louisville-Kentucky rivalry, Louisville versus Lexington, all of that. Now, I was raised on the side that likes Louisville. We like red. We don't like UK. That's why I said I hate Kentucky. I do not like the University of Kentucky Wildcats. So I have a liking towards Louisville so much that my family up there, my uncles will appreciate this if they're listening. They drive red trucks. They don't have anything blue. Just because we support U of L. One of my family members play football at the University of Louisville Cardinal Stadium. I love all of that. I was actually considering going to Louisville when I was in college, so I have a liking for that too. That's pretty much the summation of my sports fandom team-wise. That's all I can add to that conversation. Now, Drake wants to bring up the Predators again, so let's talk about that.
Yeah, so the Nashville Predators I am a fan of. I wouldn't say I'm a super fan. I don't have a jersey or anything like that. I've only ever been to 2 games in person because I just haven't had much time to go to those games. One of them was about 9 years ago. It was my first one. And I didn't really know how I felt about it then, but that was the year I started watching them on TV a lot and rooting for them. Now, this past November, I went to a game for the first time in years with my girlfriend and a few friends, and oh my gosh, that was just so much fun. And I've said it on this show several times, we got to get a group together here at the station.
It is a good outing to go to Bridgestone. I mean,
because then we could talk about it on the show the next day.
And, you know, I'm not a huge fan of Broadway, but I will go to Broadway for a Predators game to hang out there. Obviously, a lot of Americans don't really understand and closely follow hockey.
Yeah,
but I understand the game, and I'm 100% down to going to a Predators game. It's a cool environment.
It is a cool environment. I like the
literally
Preds.
and figuratively.
Oh yeah, and it's a lot of fun. I think my favorite part about hockey. This is gonna sound so bad. My favorite part about hockey is that they can beat each other up. It's just so funny.
Yeah, they go at it.
They go at it, and it's just, and you know, there was a lack of fights in the game I went to. There was one major one. I mean, there was one guy got body slammed in that game, and we were all just like, oh, watching that. It was crazy, but
it's really cool. I like the Predators just because of that, because it's the South and we have a hockey team. I think that's so unique. I do have a Predators poster in my room that's got, I think, Pekka Rinne and a couple of other historic players, maybe Shea Weber. I have a Shea Weber jersey at my house. So, I mean, I'm familiar with the Predators. But yeah, that's a little bit more information about us, folks. As I said, we're going to continue the conversation tomorrow. We're going to talk about our favorite athletes, if we have any, and just sports memories. We hope you've learned a decent amount about us. As we said, we are members of this show as well, and this is really the first opportunity that you've been able to learn about us, aside from being called the L Train and Slim D on the show. So now you actually kind of know who we are.
We have names, folks.
But as we're going to continue into the Front Porch Sports Radio Hour, we're going to open with NBA talk, just like we do every day, because I'm a little biased. Basketball is my favorite sport.
There you go.
But National Basketball Association, they're in the playoffs. Last night, it was Spurs versus Timberwolves, game 2 of that series, and the Spurs got their lick back, as they would say on the streets. They beat the T-Wolves 133-95. Stephon Castle had a great game. And the T-Wolves really got punked, as I heard on ESPN. They got smacked in the mouth. I mean, nobody scored above 12 points on the T-Wolves. It was just a bad showing for them. That series is now even, as it will go to Minnesota. The New York Knicks, they take a 2-0 series lead over the Philadelphia 76ers who were playing without Joel Embiid. That game was much closer than I thought it would be. The Knicks won 108-102. And Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet were sitting on the court side there at Madison Square Garden. Of course, they're a famous celebrity couple. We can go on and on about the celebrities that go to Madison Square Garden. But it's just so cool because I really rock with Chalamet because, of course, Kylie Jenner is Kylie Jenner, and she's famous, Kardashian, all of that. But the guy...
You can do a whole radio show on the Kardashians.
The guy decided to go to the Knicks game over going to the Met Gala with his girlfriend, and I respect that. He's a dedicated fan to the Knicks.
He's a dedicated fan. I will say this. He probably had a rough night afterwards, but, it's all right.
I don't know how many rough nights you have with Kylie Jenner, but nonetheless.
I don't know if I would have had the guts to do that, what he did.
But, that's really cool, and all the celebrities there. So that's a subplot in that Knicks series as well. As the NBA continues tonight, 2 more games. My team is playing the Oklahoma City Thunder in Game 2 versus the Los Angeles Lakers. And LeBron James.
Lakers.
Luka Doncic still is not going to play. He's not healthy, not back from injury. OKC leads 1-0. I hope they will lead 2-0 after tonight. And then the Cleveland Cavaliers are facing the Detroit Pistons in Detroit basketball. Detroit leads that series 1-0. That game will tip off at 6 p.m. tonight. The Lakers-Thunder game is at 8:30. Seemingly, I think the broadcasting networks have figured out the scheduling conflict of the games overlapping. At least I hope they get that under control because as someone who wants to watch multiple games, please make it easy for a sports fan.
You got to have, what is it, in Back to the Future Part 2, the multiple TV screens.
Please make it easy for regular people. Everybody doesn't have money to have a subscription and all that.
Exactly.
But I will get off my soapbox. The NHL playoffs are also going on, the Hurricanes and the Flyers. That was another series that we were talking about, Carolina and Philadelphia. That game is at 7 p.m. tonight. The Ducks beat the Vegas Golden Knights last night 3-1. They evened that series. And then Buffalo faced the Canadiens last night with a 4-2 victory in Game 1. That's the latest update on the ice. As we were just talking about the Predators. The Predators are not in the playoffs, folks, and they missed their chance.
Yes, they did, and it's very unfortunate, Landon.
They missed their chance. Now, folks, we're going to have a special second segment. We're going to talk about some of our favorite games that we've covered. Myself and Drake are high school sports broadcasters, whatever you want to call us. A large part of what we do is cover high school sports. We've done that since we came on board here, and we've covered a lot of eventful games. Mm-hmm. And I'm super excited to talk about all of those because I think the local teams here, especially when you think about football and girls basketball, softball, baseball, boys basketball, everybody deserves a little bit of shine. I think we've broadcasted so many different places this year that it's going to be kind of hard to narrow down a memory of our favorite games. Drake, wouldn't you agree?
I would definitely agree
because we've briefly touched on them a little bit about our some of our memories, funny memories that have happened.
We got plenty of those
this year, but we've got some top games that we are going to talk about in the second segment, as well as some more pro sports talk. And then we're going to get up for tomorrow, folks. Tomorrow is going to be a special show because that'll be the last time myself and Drake are going to drive the bus, as far as I know.
For a while.
We think Drake will return from Sin City, at least we hope, next week.
Unless he's having too much fun.
I don't know. I think me and you, Drake, we're having a lot of fun here hosting the show. I hope the people listening really enjoy us. As we said, this is the most you're going to hear us talk for a long time, so get used to it, at least for maybe 48 more hours or so. We're going to take a break and be back here on the Front Porch Sports Radio Hour.
This is Coach Tredaris Goff from Columbia Central High School football. You are listening to 101.7 WKOM in Columbia, Tennessee.
We at Hollins Pharmacy must be doing something right. We've been providing pharmaceutical services in the Middle Tennessee area for over 60 years. The guiding principles of our business are fast, accurate, friendly, personal service. We do not have long waiting lines, and our phone calls are answered by a staff member. We strive to get to know our customers by name, not just a date of birth or number. We are your locally owned hometown pharmacy, and we appreciate your business. We urge you to come visit us at Hollins Pharmacy, 1608 Hatcher Lane here in Columbia.
Hey, this is Derek Ransom with 10 Pin Alley, voted #1 family entertainment center in Murray County. We offer 32 bowling lanes, giant arcade, laser tag, bumper cars, and a full cafe and bar menu. We also specialize in group events, kids and adult birthday parties, company parties, sports team parties, and holiday parties. We're located at 322 East James Campbell Boulevard in Columbia. Call us today at 931-381-BOWL or visit us at 10pin.com. 10 Pin Alley, it's where the good times roll.
In today's uncertain world, you can never be too careful about your family's financial future. That's why the Parker Group, a part of Baird's Private Wealth Management, is offering a free second opinion on your financial plans. Let us review your current plan, and we will identify any gaps and offer suggestions to improve it. Please call the Parker Group at 931-548-3737. That's 931-548-3737. Robert W. Baird and Company Incorporated does not offer tax or legal advice.
This is Mark Curry at the Trailer Store. We are a local, family-owned business. Every day, I work with my wife, Susie, my mother, Becky, and my son, Justin. We offer a full line of lawnmower trailers, utility trailers, stock trailers, and a full line of trailer parts. We also offer service. Come see us at 1021 New Lewisburg Highway. Call us at 931-381-2795. That's 931-381-2795.
Farmer Johnny here, Taylor Family Farm. I want to give y'all a little look-see. We raise 100% non-GMO, grass-fed beef, pasture chicken, and pork on our family farm. Everything that we grow is raised with love and care to ensure the highest quality and nutrition for our family and customers. You can shop online at TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com or visit our farm store in person at Etheridge, Tennessee at 301 Dave Reisner Road. That's TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com for more information.
Hi, I'm Kelly Dobson, owner of Caring Hearts Home Healthcare here in Columbia. For over 20 years, we've proudly served our community, locally owned and operated, providing trusted care you can count on. We support seniors, individuals with disabilities, and even short-term care after surgery. From personal care to homemaking and companionship, our team is here to help you or your loved one live safely and comfortably at home. Call Caring Hearts today at 931-381-5470 or stop by in person, 1121 Trotwood Avenue here in Columbia.
Hello, I'm Rick Whitley.
And I'm Daniel Pollard from Jones & Lang Sporting Goods. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the many years of support. Since 1966, Jones & Lang has been locally owned and operated and supplying teams from T-ball to college. Stop by and see what we can do for you. We offer a wide variety of services from silk screening and embroidery to our custom trophy and awards department.
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. Remember, Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Hello, my name is Zach Maddox. I'm a proud third-generation owner-operator of Columbia Paint and Wallcover, founded by my grandfather, Ralph Maddox, in 1946. We offer a variety of paint and wallcovering products, but our passion is customer service. We can offer many personalized services and can come out to your house or business if needed. Come visit us at our Columbia location or our new Spring Hill location behind Church of the City, or visit us online at paintcolumbia.com.
This is Coach Devin Simler from Columbia Central Baseball. You are listening to 101.7 WKOM in Columbia, Tennessee.
On the farm, uptime isn't just nice to have, it's a must-have. That's why JLG Ag telehandlers are a multitasking workhorse. Whether moving and loading more, stacking higher, or even accessing tighter spots with compact models, these machines help poultry, cotton, and row crop producers maximize every moment on the job. Once you get behind the wheel, you'll get more done. It's that simple. See JLG Ag telehandlers for yourself. Come out to try green equipment in Columbia, just off Theta Pike.
Mini Cooper, Volvo, BMW, Land Rover, Jaguar,
Hi, I'm David Usselton, owner of Usselton Motorworks Floor and Car Repair, located in Columbia, Tennessee. We're at the corner of West 12th and South High Street. We offer a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty on all repairs. Come see us in Columbia, Tennessee, or call us at 931-215-1765, or visit us on the web at usseltons.com.
Columbia, your Love's travel stop just got a whole lot better. We've modernized our space at 1624 Bear Creek Pike at exit 46 to bring you more of what you want with fuel discounts, additional food offerings, and everything you need to hit the road with ease. Come say hi at the remodeled Love's in Columbia. We thank you for allowing us to be a part of your community. Safe travels.
I'm Chris Stewart, voice of the Alabama Crimson Tide, and you're listening to the Front Porch Sports Radio Hour on 101.7 WKOM.
Welcome back in to the Front Porch Sports Radio Hour with Landon and Drake.
Guess who's back, folks?
We're having a great time here. We're going to crank up the nostalgia again and turn back the clock, talking about a lot of the games that we've covered this year, some of our favorite memories, the best ones that we remember. We've been trying to shed a spotlight on different things surrounding local sports every day that we ran the show this week. And today we're going to talk about our favorite game memories. So Drake and I both have lists that we're going to talk about right now.
Yeah, folks, we've covered a lot of games this past year, and it's hard to really narrow down all the games you've done. It's hard to remember some certain things because there's been so many of them, you mix up memories. But, some games that stand out for me. This one that I'll mention first is a very recent game. It was just about 2 weeks ago. The Mount Pleasant versus Santa Fe softball game at Mount Pleasant. That was the quickest softball game I've ever seen.
It was senior night from Mount Pleasant.
It was senior night from Mount Pleasant. We got to stick around and broadcast their senior night. But the play that I remember the most from that night was when one of the Mount Pleasant girls hit the ball and a Santa Fe girl just held her hand up and caught it right there.
I think it was the shortstop that just put the glove up and just grabbed it out of the air. It was very impressive.
Like she didn't even jump. She just held her hand up, and there it was, right there. That was incredible. I remember my jaw hit the floor when I saw that. that was something. Another one in this game, Landon, you certainly will remember, was the Spring Hill versus Fairview basketball game at Spring Hill, the girls' game, which was a triple overtime game.
Folks, that was the craziest game I've been a part of as a broadcaster. Drake will probably agree.
Me too.
That game, it got so out of hand with foul trouble. I believe 9 total players fouled out.
They were down. I think it was 3 against 2 in the end.
It became a 3 versus 2 game due to fouls, and we started to wonder on the broadcast, hey, if this player fouls out, are they going to do 5-on-4? And they ended up doing that, and it got even worse than that.
I was like, we were kind of looking at each other like, how are they going to continue this?
But Spring Hill won behind Alasia Harrison, who had over 30 points.
She was
that game.
Incredible.
They had 3 players.
And something I noticed about those games, the reason why they kept going into more overtimes is because throughout the time that was going, they wouldn't score at all, but then they'd start scoring right as the clock started running out. It was bizarre. It was insane. It was very bizarre.
The stream is available on our YouTube. Just search up Spring Hill Fairview, and you can watch the stream for yourself. I promise we're not lying.
We didn't get out of there until after 11 p.m. that night. I remember, like, every time it would go into another overtime, the boys who had been waiting to start would go, like, oh, come on.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because they were ready to get out there and play, but
they were.
That was a memorable night, and it's just something to be like, look back and be like, wow, we witnessed something bizarre and I would say historic.
Yeah, definitely historic.
It was something. The Battle Creek versus Whitthorne. Now, there's 2 of these games. Middle school. Battle Creek Middle School. This is football. There's 2 of these games, actually. The one I am referring to is the first of the 2, which was at Battle Creek when Battle Creek Middle, which was an undefeated team at the time, beat Whitthorne pretty darn bad.
Yeah.
At Battle Creek, and that was just an incredible game. Of course, the middle school county championship was next week.
Yep.
And Whitthorne came back and won.
Yep.
And I felt really bad. I was happy for Whitthorne.
Right.
But I certainly did feel bad for Battle Creek. I could see some of the players crying because they've been undefeated the whole season up until the championship.
Yeah, and I mentioned it when we were doing the pregame show as well. I was an undefeated middle school champion, and I know how it feels to not lose a game the entire season, and it's a lot of pressure to go through that far. And Battle Creek wasn't able to get the job done, and you can just see the emotion on the guys' faces.
Oh,
they were
it broke my. Oh, they were crushed. It broke my heart to see it. I mean, because especially seeing as they had just beaten Whitthorne.
Yeah, they won the week before.
The week before, they wiped the floor with them the week before.
Yeah,
so, I mean, it was. They were defeated, and I could tell that they were. That was tough to see. Very, very tough to see. This is a memorable game for me because it was the first broadcast you and I did together, and I talked about this game the other day, the Whitthorne versus Page game out at
Ridley Sports Complex.
I was going to say Ridley, but I wanted to make sure I was correct on it. At Ridley Sports Complex. That was our first broadcast together. That was a fun broadcast, fun game.
Yeah, that was when we didn't know how to work all of our equipment. Obviously, me and Drake are familiar with tech and audio in different capacities, but the equipment that we use here specifically at the radio station,
we
had to be trained on.
Yeah,
so.
We were still kind of in the training process then. That was our first broadcast on our own.
Yeah.
And we've come a long way since then. We know how to run all that stuff now. We're teaching other people how to run it now. Yeah. But back then in those days, I say in those days, it was not even a year ago.
Yeah.
It was challenging. But we had a great time that night. It was so much fun, and unfortunately, Whitthorne got beat pretty darn bad that night.
Yeah, it's 34-0.
Yeah, it was a Page just steamrolled them.
The Page Panthers.
Page Panthers. I'm an alumni of there. I got to see my old gym teacher, who's the football coach there now, and I got a picture with him that night. It was good to see Coach Pack. Shout out Coach Derek Pack. It was a great night. And I'm not naming any specific games, but I'll just say it has been very memorable to me to work alongside our intern Carter McDonald at the Columbia Central Lady Lions softball games. I've done too many games with him to name any specific because really all but one of them that I've been to were great games.
Right.
They were all fantastic, and it's been so much fun to get to know my cousin Sabrina Gillum better, who is one of the managers for the team. Well, and the assistant coaches. It's been wonderful to be able to do that. So I really enjoy watching the Lady Lions. They're fantastic. Molly Underwood, Gabby Bolton, Paxley Harris, all of them, just fantastic. All those girls are amazing. TL Staggs. I'd be here all day if I named them all. They're all amazing.
Yeah, they are very talented.
Very, very talented girls. So those are kind of the games that stick out to me the most. Of course, there's many, many more. It's just hard to bring all those memories back together and find those highlights.
Yeah, I've got a list as well, folks, that I will add on to, as well as what Drake said. And if you guys probably can't tell, if you're listening, I have an insane memory when it comes to sports. Like, I can remember down to the moment of, like, what happened where. That's how I could rattle off the score of that game because I remember the game, even though it was 8 months ago.
Yeah.
But, so I remember a lot of other details that are irrelevant to a lot of people. But my list of games, memorable games that I will share will begin now. Battle Creek versus Spring Hill Football High School. This game was really hyped because this was Battle Creek's first varsity season.
Yes,
playing a varsity schedule. They're the new school in Spring Hill. Spring Hill is the original school, which is where I went. And Battle Creek's got a lot of new school swag and all that comes with it. Battle Creek does not have a senior class.
Nope.
So, I know how that goes because when I was playing in my playing days, we played some new schools, the Nolansvilles, the Summits of the world, and they got smacked their first couple of years, but they turned into great programs after. I will say I'm not sure why Battle Creek expected anything less from Spring Hill side because I know that Spring Hill was going to come out and want to embarrass them. I will give Battle Creek some credit because they do not have a senior class, but Spring Hill won 35-0 in that game, and it was just funny because of the conversations around the game and the hype around the game. And I petitioned that there needs to be a trophy for the game and the winner of it.
I agree.
So I think
100%.
I'm excited for the matchup in the future. I think the next game this next year is going to be super competitive. So that's one of my key memories as a former player being on that broadcast. It was super cool. The next one, Hampshire baseball. We had our game day show there. We had our entire crew there a couple weeks ago to showcase Hampshire and their talented players. They have 2 players going to play college baseball at Jackson State, Dalen Sims and Eli Stevens. And I think that was the first recorded time in history where the entire radio station crew is broadcasting and streaming a Hampshire baseball game. So that was a historic broadcast. I was there. Drake was there. Chris Yao, our game day show host, was there as well. And that was a really cool moment. That was just a couple weeks ago. And most of these things, as I said, folks, you can go on our YouTube pages or just YouTube it under the titles that I say, and you can find the live streams that we did. They're all accessible. Continuing with my list, Mount Pleasant versus Decatur Riverside football. This was in the early stages of myself and Drake, along with the other folks here working together.
Yep.
It was a blowout game. Decatur Riverside is one of the historic teams from West Tennessee, and they've really beat up on Mount Pleasant. And this year, Mount Pleasant just smoked them. I mean, they spit them out, chewed them, put them back in their mouth, spit them out again. I mean, it was bad. And I think Mount Pleasant put up 50 points. I remember one time, myself and Drake, I'm not sure if you remember this, we were standing in the end zone, and Peyton Niehaus caught a touchdown pass right in front of us.
Yes, I remember that. I remember we were like, holy crap.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a great pass by Mount Pleasant's quarterback, Cale Scott, and he just put it in the bread basket, and that was a super memorable game. Another football game that was super memorable for me, Columbia versus East Hamilton, the first round of the playoffs, a football playoff game back in Lindsey Nelson Stadium, monumental. It was a packed house. East Hamilton coming all the way from the Chattanooga area. They rode in on, I think, 6 or 7, no pun intended, charter buses, folks. 6 or 7 charter buses. And I thought they were just going to come in and, I mean, they might lay the hammer. But Columbia Central scored 70 points in the game. Daniel Booker, 7 touchdowns. The Honey Badger had 250 rushing yards. I mean, it was something that's never been seen around here before. Columbia versus East Hamilton football playoffs. Wow. I mean, that was just amazing.
Insane. It was absolutely insane.
That was just amazing. And then keeping with football here, girls flag football. This was the inaugural season for girls flag for Columbia Central. First time ever broadcasting as well. We broadcasted all of their home games, myself and Barry Duke. And it was just highlights after every game. We were learning the game, but to see the young ladies grow, and they got some seniors committed to play flag football in college, and their games were broadcasted on our network. That's really cool to see. A great memory for me being out there broadcasting flag football. I'm not sure I would ever say that before, but it's pretty unique. As we switch over to some other sports here, of course, you all know I know the game of soccer. Probably said it 1,000 times. You're probably tired of me talking about it on this radio show because it's never been talked about as much. But I broadcasted, I guess this is what I was told, the first ever soccer game on the Front Porch Sports Network.
Yes, you did. You sure did.
Our game of the week was Battle Creek Soccer versus Spring Hill Soccer in high school. And Spring Hill shut Battle Creek out 2-0. It was a great game. Noah Huffman played an impressive game. He's the goalie, a tri-sport athlete at Spring Hill. He plays basketball, football, and he is the goalie on the soccer team. It was just great, and a lot of people have never seen a broadcast like that, never been familiar with somebody who knows how to broadcast soccer, especially in this area. So that was a cool experience for me. I'm looking forward to broadcasting more soccer, getting everybody else on board, high school soccer, girls soccer in the fall as well. And then I've got a couple of basketball games, and I'm sure Drake will remember as well. We covered, I think we went extremely hard during basketball. We covered a lot of games. We went to a lot of different places, and it was really cool. Hampshire senior night, Drake, we were down there for the basketball senior night. That was really cool.
We were. That was awesome. But and my cousin Sydney Gillum, of course, not trying to be biased.
No, that was a huge part of it.
That was a huge part of it. And we got our picture with her, and I just happened to see a few minutes ago, today was the senior's last day of high school at Hampshire.
Oh, yeah, so
it just, we had Callie Delk on a broadcast
on the Hampshire baseball broadcast.
The Hampshire baseball broadcast with us, also a senior there. It's just been it was so much fun doing all that stuff down in Hampshire because Hampshire never got any coverage.
And, we had a lot of
until
people
then.
specifically on that senior night tell us, hey, we appreciate you so much for being here.
Yeah,
and that's kind of the theme.
Hampshire never got any recognition
for
before.
these other games that I'm going to mention before we head to break here. It's just so funny because we had extreme technical difficulties this night, but myself and Drake were there, and we did interview Nora Kate. But we were in Santa Fe for Nora Kate's 1,000-point game where she amassed the 1,000-point mark, surpassed the 1,000-point mark, excuse me. And it was just a really cool night. We saw a lot of people holding up signs. Congratulations, Nora Kate. She's going to go to University of Tennessee. She's not playing there, I don't think. But congratulations to her. That was a really cool moment, Drake. Wouldn't you agree?
It was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. And, she was so gracious and thankful for everybody that was there and for us being there.
Yeah, it was super cool.
And it was unfortunate that our tech did fail that night.
Yeah, it failed. Now, I've got two more before we go here, and Drake will remember this one, definitely. Culleoka versus Santa Fe basketball. T.C. Brady.
Oh, my gosh.
Just takes over, calls his shot, comes over to the scores table and says, I told you so. I told you we were better than Culleoka.
Well, yeah, it was before he even came to the scores table. He turned and looked at Lou, pointed right at him and said, I told you so. And Lou was just like, oh, my gosh. And, well, no, didn't Lou say, come over here?
Yes. And it's so crazy because also in those Culleoka-Santa Fe games, Kendall Reichman on the girls' team, I swore she had 30 in one game, 30 points.
She was unstoppable.
She was cooking those girls. I'm not gonna lie. She's a great player. And then the last one for me, the McDonald's shootout between Columbia and Spring Hill. It was on Valentine's Day, which was crazy.
That is why I was not there.
It was rescheduled actually because it got rained out. But I was there, Barry Duke, Chris Pointer on the broadcast, getting to broadcast the game.
It got rescheduled because of that winter storm.
Well, yeah, because
that's what it was.
Because of the winter storm. But to get to broadcast a game that I played in once with a lot of my friends, that was one of the most viewed broadcasts we had, and it was really cool to be there, see the guys on both teams play. Ashton Hoffman, great player, the Front Porch Sports Network most valuable player for the boys team, played in that game. Jalen Knight for Spring Hill as well. And then the big three on Columbia's team that eventually took home the championship in that boys game was Brendan Seacrest, Tay Moore, and King Booker. Those guys, most outstanding player, went to Tay Moore. He had a great game. I think he had 20 points. And the most outstanding player in the girls' game was Kennedy Houston. So that was really cool to be there for that game. And it meant a lot to me to broadcast that. It's a community event that is royalty in this community.
Absolutely.
And so
absolutely
those are some memorable moments from the season. We've covered a lot of games, and we've got one more special one that I'm going to give a segment to itself on the other side of this. Drake, you will remember.
I bet I will.
And I know we've covered a lot. We've touched a lot of people, and we love sports. That's why we're on the Front Porch Sports Radio Hour. We'll be right back, folks.
This is Coach Tredaris Goff from Columbia Central High School football. You are listening to 101.7 WKOM in Columbia, Tennessee.
We at Hollins Pharmacy must be doing something right. We've been providing pharmaceutical services in the Middle Tennessee area for over 60 years. The guiding principles of our business are fast, accurate, friendly, personal service. We do not have long waiting lines, and our phone calls are answered by a staff member. We strive to get to know our customers by name, not just a date of birth or number. We are your locally owned hometown pharmacy, and we appreciate your business. We urge you to come visit us at Hollins Pharmacy, 1608 Hatcher Lane here in Columbia.
Hey, this is Derek Ransom with 10 Pin Alley, voted #1 family entertainment center in Murray County. We offer 32 bowling lanes, giant arcade, laser tag, bumper cars, and a full cafe and bar menu. We also specialize in group events, kids and adult birthday parties, company parties, sports team parties, and holiday parties. We're located at 322 East James Campbell Boulevard in Columbia. Call us today at 931-381-BOWL or visit us at 10pin.com. 10 Pin Alley, it's where the good times roll.
In today's uncertain world, you can never be too careful about your family's financial future. That's why the Parker Group, a part of Baird's Private Wealth Management, is offering a free second opinion on your financial plans. Let us review your current plan, and we will identify any gaps and offer suggestions to improve it. Please call the Parker Group at 931-548-3737. That's 931-548-3737. Robert W. Baird & Company Incorporated does not offer tax or legal advice.
This is Mark Curry at the Trailer Store. We are a local family-owned business. Every day I work with my wife Susie, my mother Becky, and my son Justin. We offer a full line of lawnmower trailers, utility trailers, stock trailers, and a full line of trailer parts. We also offer service. Come see us at 1021 New Lewisburg Highway. Call us at 931-381-2795. That's 931-381-2795.
Farmer Johnny here, Taylor Family Farm. I want to give y'all a little look-see. We raise 100% non-GMO, grass-fed beef, pasture chicken, and pork on our family farm. Everything that we grow is raised with love and care to ensure the highest quality and nutrition for our family and customers. You can shop online at TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com or visit our farm store in person at Etheridge, Tennessee at 301 Dave Reisner Road. That's TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com for more information.
Hi, I'm Kelly Dobson, owner of Caring Hearts Home Healthcare here in Columbia. For over 20 years, we've proudly served our community, locally owned and operated, providing trusted care you can count on. We support seniors, individuals with disabilities, and even short-term care after surgery. From personal care to homemaking and companionship, our team is here to help you or your loved one live safely and comfortably at home. Call Caring Hearts today at 931-381-5470 or stop by in person, 1121 Trotwood Avenue here in Columbia.
Hello, I'm Rick Whitley.
And I'm Daniel Pollard from Jones & Lang Sporting Goods. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the many years of support. Since 1966, Jones & Lang has been locally owned and operated and supplying teams from T-ball to college. Stop by and see what we can do for you. We offer a wide variety of services from silk screening and embroidery to our custom trophy and awards department.
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. Remember, Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Hello, my name is Zach Maddox. I'm a proud third-generation owner-operator of Columbia Paint and Wallcover, founded by my grandfather, Ralph Maddox, in 1946. We offer a variety of paint and wallcovering products, but our passion is customer service. We can offer many personalized services and can come out to your house or business if needed.
Come visit us at our Columbia location or our new Spring Hill location behind Church of the City, or visit us online at paintcolumbia.com.
This is Coach Devin Simler from Columbia Central Baseball. You are listening to 101.7 WKOM in Columbia, Tennessee.
Experience snoring, trouble sleeping, daytime exhaustion? All of these could be signs of a sleep disorder. Dr. Samini Uman is bringing her sleep practice to Middle Tennessee, offering both clinic and online appointments with proven results. Telehealth appointments with no waiting rooms, home and in-lab sleep studies with local sleep lab partnerships, including Williamson Med Center. Visit oursleepdoc.com or call 615-302-8039. Your path to better sleep starts here.
I'm Gabe Howard, and my time in the United States Marine Corps shaped who I am. The Marine Corps taught me discipline, responsibility, and that leadership means putting mission and people before self. Those lessons have guided me as a husband, father, small business owner, and county commissioner. As Maury County Mayor, I'll bring that same servant leadership, accountability, and determination to fight for taxpayers and our future. I'd be honored to earn your vote. Paid for by Gabe Howard for Maury County Mayor, Stephen Brown, Treasurer.
Welcome back into the Front Porch Sports Radio Hour with Landon and Drake. We've got one more segment to go. Before the break, we were talking about our favorite games that we covered, Drake, and we covered a really special event that we're talking about here. Mr. Andrew Strother getting his magic moment down in Mount Pleasant. Now,
what a night that was.
Folks, I know myself and Drake visited Mount Pleasant numerous times this year covering basketball. It's a great community, so I firstly want to shout out Mount Pleasant because you guys are great, extreme hospitality down there. But Andrew Strother is a senior manager for the boys team, and Coach Derek Boyd, Christian Brewer, and Jashawn Miller allowed him a chance to get his magic moment, called his number, it gave him the start in the junior varsity game. And Andrew had 9 points, including a phenomenal three-pointer that really set the gym on fire. And I was broadcasting the game. I was there, provided a little commentary. Drake was there as well, and we know that the gym lit up when Andrew got on the court.
It was incredible. That guy could throw more free shots than I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, like he was just automatic.
Yeah,
I mean, literally
one-handed. By the way, one-handed.
He hit several jumpers from the same spot, just automatic.
It was incredible. And then when they gave him some kind of like plaque or something for it, he cried, and I about cried.
They got the team picture in the middle of the floor as well. And yeah, that was just a magical moment because Coach Derek Boyd, who's also great,
great guy.
He told us, he said, "Hey, get down here a little bit early. We're gonna do something special for Andrew." And it was spectacular. The best thing. I mean, we talked about all these games, and you talk about fulfillment as a broadcaster. That was the most touching thing that I witnessed all season. We saw some great performances, but that was the most touching thing. I would say 100%. Now that's something I'm gonna remember for a very, very long time, Drake. Wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, I'll remember that for the rest of my life. That was just a wonderful, wonderful thing, and it's beautiful when communities come together and do that for people they care about.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Now, folks, a little speed update as we're nearing the end of the show here. Got a couple minutes left. We've got high school softball tonight. Games were rescheduled from last night to tonight. Columbia Central's playing. They will play at 5 p.m. versus Page. The winner of that game will play at 7 versus Summit. Summit has to lose twice because the tournament is double elimination. So if Central were to advance, they have to play Summit tonight and probably tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. Carter McDonald will be broadcasting those games on 103.7 and on streaming, our wonderful intern.
Mm-hmm.
And then down in Culleoka, if you want to go watch some quality high school softball, please go down to Culleoka. The unit schools are playing, as well as Mount Pleasant and Eagleville, Mount Pleasant, Santa Fe, Culleoka, and Eagleville in that tournament. They're cranking up today. Their games were rescheduled. And we've also got some breaking news, Drake. I was scrolling on Instagram as the break was going through, and I was looking for some information, and I scrambled across Mr. Keon Nicholson of Hampshire. He picked up a collegiate offer to go play college baseball at Central Methodist University. So congratulations to him.
Yes, sir. And like you mentioned, he's been injured.
He's been injury ridden in his career, and this year he's healthy. I mean, he pitched in the game that we went to. So congratulations to him. An opportunity to further his athletic career. I mean, that's super cool. Keon, if you're listening, anybody, if you're listening, from Hampshire, you guys are doing great things. It's really special to see the growth that's down there. I am just so pleased with everything that we are doing because we're touching a lot of people, giving a lot of people some love, and that's what's really cool to me.
We certainly are. It's been a blessing.
Now, folks, tomorrow will be the last day that me and Drake will be here in the studio ourselves. So we're gonna have a special show. As I said, we're going to talk about a little bit more about ourselves so you all can learn about us. We're going to talk about our favorite athletes of all time in the Open, if we have any. Then tomorrow is the opening day for the Women's National Basketball Association, the WNBA. So we'll have a middle segment that will talk strictly just about women's basketball. Then our final segment, we'll sign off, tell you where to find us. As we've said, we will still be here on the show. We are always here.
You just may not hear us as much.
We will still be here. But hopefully we might get a report, or at least I'll text Drake in Vegas to see what's the pulse check, what's he been doing out there, because we haven't gotten an update from him. I haven't heard.
I'm surprised.
I haven't heard from Drake.
I haven't either.
So, folks, you're going to listen to our voices for at least one more day, and I'm super excited. Drake, I've really enjoyed this, haven't you?
I certainly have, Landon. It's been wonderful. It's been a lot of fun. It's just, it's awesome.
It's really cool, and for our listeners that may be confused of the difference in the change of the show, I mean, it's just me and Drake putting a little different spin on it, because
our own take, if you will.
That's what we do. That's what we do, and that's what we're going to do for at least one more day tomorrow. The Landon and Drake show, as we called it at the very beginning of this, will continue tomorrow for the maybe final time on the Front Porch Sports Radio.
Round 4, baby. Ding, ding.
Round 4. Folks, thank you for listening to us on 101.7. And for those that tuned in on the stream, thank you for tuning in as well. We'll be back tomorrow on the Front Porch Sports Radio Hour. Have a great Thursday afternoon.
This one right here goes out to all the babies.